Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into something darker. Houses with histories so disturbing, they're rumored to be truly cursed. These aren't just creaky old homes, they're places where real tragedies unfolded, leaving behind a legacy of fear. We'll explore the chilling stories, the lingering energy, and the paranormal claims that have terrified people for decades. This isn't just about ghost stories, it's about the real human horror behind them. So grab a blanket, maybe turn on an extra light because things are about to get seriously creepy. Stick with me to the end. I've saved the most shocking story for last. Ready? Let's get into it. Let's start with a house that made everyone famous and terrified. The Amityville Horror House. A name synonymous with paranormal terror, a place etched into the collective consciousness as a site of unspeakable horror. It's a story that has captivated and terrified audiences for decades. It's more than just a house, it's one of the most infamous addresses in America, a seemingly ordinary suburban home that became the epicenter of a chilling narrative. The story begins with a horrific crime. In 1974, within those very walls, Ronald DeFeo Jr. committed an act of unimaginable violence. He murdered his entire family. The details are gruesome. He stalked through the house, room by room as they slept, their dreams turning into nightmares. 6 victims, all found face down in their beds, a scene of utter devastation. The parents, 2 sons and 2 daughters, all lifeless. There was no struggle, no forced entry, no clear motive, no explanation. Just a scene of inexplicable carnage that baffled investigators and horrified the nation. The question lingered: why? After the horrific murders, the house sat empty, a silent testament to the tragedy that had unfolded within its walls. It became a pariah, avoided by locals, its reputation forever stained by the blood of the DeFeo family. But life, as it often does, moved on. Eventually the house was put up for sale, and a new family, the Lutzes, moved in, hoping for a fresh start, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Their hope was short-lived. They lasted just 28 days before fleeing in terror, claiming they had been driven out by malevolent forces. They claimed the house was alive with evil, that something dark and sinister lurked within its walls, tormenting them day and night. They spoke of inexplicable cold spots, sudden drops in temperature that defied any logical explanation. They described strange smells, foul and putrid odors that seemed to emanate from the very foundations of the house. They witnessed green slime oozing from the walls, a viscous substance that seemed to defy the laws of nature, and they claimed to have encountered a demonic, pig-like entity named Jody, a terrifying presence that haunted their waking hours. Desperate, they called upon a priest who tried to bless the house, hoping to exorcise the evil that plagued them, but the priest was met with a terrifying response, a disembodied voice that commanded him to get out. He was physically attacked by something unseen, an invisible force that left him shaken and terrified. Overwhelmed by fear, the Lutzes fled in the dead of night, leaving everything behind, possessions, memories, all sacrificed to escape the clutches of the Amityville Horror. Their story became a best-selling book, a literary sensation that captivated the world with its tales of paranormal terror. And it was quickly adapted into a hit movie, further cementing the Amityville Horror's place in popular culture. But the story was not without its detractors. Skeptics questioned if it was all a hoax, a fabrication designed to capitalize on the tragedy of the DeFeo murders. Even under intense scrutiny, George and Kathy Lutz stuck to their story for life, unwavering in their claims of paranormal activity. They submitted to lie detector tests, passing with flying colors, and insisted until their dying days that their experiences were real, not imagined. The house still stands today, its address changed in an attempt to escape its dark past. But the legend remains, a chilling reminder of the horrors that allegedly unfolded within its walls. Was it all a hoax, a carefully constructed lie that fooled the world? Or did the horror of the DeFeo murders leave something behind? A lingering presence that corrupted the house and tormented the Lutz family. Next, we delve into the story of a house built not by tragedy, but by fear, a place where the very walls seem to breathe with dread. Nestled in the heart of San Jose, California, stands a testament to eccentricity, grief, and perhaps a touch of madness. This is the Winchester Mystery House. More than just a building, it's a sprawling, enigmatic mansion built on a foundation of profound grief and overwhelming guilt. Its twisting corridors and bizarre architectural choices whisper tales of a woman haunted by more than just memories. The story begins with Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Winchester and heir to the vast Winchester rifle fortune. a woman of privilege, yet burdened by immense personal tragedy. Sarah tragically lost both her husband and her only child, Annie, leaving her devastated and vulnerable. These losses fueled a deep-seated fear and a desperate search for answers. Plagued by grief, Sarah came to believe she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by the infamous Winchester rifles, instruments of death that had amassed her family's wealth. The weight of this legacy pressed heavily upon her. Seeking solace and guidance, Sarah consulted a spiritual medium who delivered a chilling prophecy. The medium told her to leave her home and move west, far from the source of her sorrow. She was instructed to build a house not for herself, but for the restless spirits who haunted her. A house where they could find solace and perhaps forgiveness. The medium warned Sarah that she must never stop construction. As long as the hammers were swinging and the house was growing, she would live. But if construction ever ceased, her life would be forfeit. And so, for 38 years the house grew, a testament to Sarah's unwavering belief and relentless pursuit of appeasing the spirits. It became an ever-evolving project, a physical manifestation of her inner turmoil. The result was a sprawling mansion boasting an astonishing 160 rooms, each with its own unique story to tell. Within its walls, you'll find staircases that lead to nowhere, abruptly ending at the ceiling. There are doors that open onto solid walls, offering no passage, no escape. The house is filled with endless architectural oddities, a bewildering collection of design choices that defy logic and reason. Windows are placed in floors, and hallways twist and turn without purpose. Sarah was deeply obsessed with the number 13, weaving it into the very fabric of the house. The house contains 13 bathrooms, each meticulously designed and maintained, and an abundance of windows, each offering a glimpse into the world outside, yet somehow trapping the spirits within. Countless hooks adorn the walls, perhaps intended to hold the belongings of the spirits who resided there. And steps everywhere, leading to unexpected places and contributing to the overall sense of disorientation. Every night Sarah held seances in a dedicated room, seeking guidance from the spirit world. She would ask the spirits what to build next, allowing their ethereal whims to dictate the house's ever-changing design. A chandelier with 13 candles would light the room. When Sarah Winchester died in 1922, construction stopped instantly, just as the medium had foretold. The house became a labyrinth of confusion and fear, a physical representation of Sarah's tormented mind, a place where the veil between worlds seemed thin. Today, visitors report experiencing unsettling phenomena within its walls. They hear disembodied footsteps echoing through the empty hallways, faint voices whisper secrets in the dead of night, doors slam shut with unseen force, trapping visitors in unexpected rooms. And some claim to have witnessed fleeting sightings of Sarah Winchester herself, forever bound to the house she built. The Winchester Mystery House remains a physical maze of paranoia, a testament to one woman's desperate attempt to appease the spirits that haunted her. It stands as a haunting monument to one woman's terror, a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs. Now, leaving behind the individual torment of Sarah Winchester, let's journey to a place haunted not by one woman's grief, but by the collective trauma of an entire town. Villisca, Iowa, home to one of America's most brutal unsolved crimes. In 1912, the Moore family and 2 young guests were murdered in their sleep with an axe. 8 victims, 6 of them children. The killer covered the victims' faces in all the mirrors, then vanished without a trace. The town was thrown into chaos. Suspects ranged from preachers to politicians, but no one was ever convicted. The house, restored to its original state, is now a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors report children's voices, footsteps, moving objects, and chilling EVPs. Some have been pushed or scratched by unseen forces. The energy of that night seems trapped, replaying endlessly. The Villisca Axe Murder House stands as a memorial to a horrific unsolved crime, now a real-life American horror story. The LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans, elegant on the outside, a nightmare within. Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a high society figure, hid a secret of unimaginable cruelty. In 1834, a fire revealed her attic torture chamber slaves starved, mutilated and caged. The city was horrified. LaLaurie escaped to Paris, never facing justice. The mansion was left in ruins, its history impossible to erase. Every owner since has reported screams, apparitions, and overwhelming dread, especially in the attic. The spirits of her victims and perhaps LaLaurie herself are said to haunt the halls. The LaLaurie Mansion is a permanent scar on New Orleans, a place where suffering echoes forever. Next, a nursery rhyme with a deadly truth. Lizzie Borden took an axe. goes the chilling rhyme, a dark piece of American folklore etched into our collective memory. It's a tale of gruesome murder, a wealthy family, and a daughter accused. But did she? That's the question that has haunted Fall River, Massachusetts, and the world for over a century. The mystery surrounding Lizzie Borden continues to fascinate and disturb. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden, a prominent couple in Fall River society, were brutally murdered in their Fall River home, a crime that shocked the nation and left an indelible stain on the town's history. The details of the murders were particularly gruesome, fueling the public's morbid curiosity. Lizzie, their daughter, a seemingly respectable woman in her early 30s, was the prime suspect from the start. Her story was inconsistent under scrutiny. Her behavior after the murders was considered odd and unsettling by investigators and those who knew her. Adding fuel to the fire, she was seen burning a dress days after the murders, a suspicious act that many interpreted as an attempt to destroy incriminating evidence. Motive? Family tensions simmering beneath the surface and the promise of a substantial inheritance upon her father's death. The Borden household was reportedly fraught with conflict, but despite the suspicions and the circumstantial evidence piling up against her, the prosecution faced an uphill battle. The trial of Lizzie Borden became a national sensation, a media circus that captivated the attention of the entire country. Newspapers followed every twist and turn. Lizzie, a Sunday school teacher known for her piety, was acquitted of the murders after a mere 90 minutes of jury deliberation, a verdict that stunned many. She and her sister Emma inherited the Borden family fortune, a bittersweet victory tainted by the cloud of suspicion that forever hung over Lizzie. But Lizzie lived the rest of her days as an outcast in Fall River society, forever branded by the court of public opinion, the town forever convinced of her guilt, despite the legal verdict. The Borden murders remain officially unsolved to this day, a chilling reminder of a dark chapter in American history. Today, the infamous Borden house operates as a bed and breakfast, drawing in those fascinated by the macabre and the unsolved mystery. Guests who dare to spend the night often report unsettling experiences, including unexplained weeping sounds echoing through the halls. Others claim to have witnessed apparitions, fleeting glimpses of ghostly figures lurking in the shadows, adding to the house's eerie reputation. Many visitors also describe experiencing sudden and inexplicable cold spots, pockets of frigid air that send shivers down their spines. The violent energy of that fateful day in 1892 seems to linger within the walls of the Borden house, a palpable sense of unease that permeates the atmosphere. The question of who committed the brutal murders remains unanswered, a haunting enigma that continues to fuel speculation and debate. So, who killed Andrew and Abby Borden? Was it Lizzie, as many believe, or did someone else commit this heinous crime? Now, leaving the chilling mystery of Fall River behind, let's travel to Australia's most haunted house, where tales of paranormal activity abound. Monte Cristo Homestead in Junee, Australia, a magnet for tragedy. Built in 1885, it saw a string of bizarre deaths. A child dropped down the stairs, a stable boy burned alive, a pregnant maid's suicide. After Mr. Crawley's death, his wife became a recluse, her spirit now the most dominant presence in the house. Later, a caretaker was murdered on the property, violence continuing into the modern era. The Ryan family, current owners, document constant paranormal activity, voices, apparitions, and malfunctioning electronics. Visitors report being touched, hearing screams, and seeing figures in Victorian dress. The house is so saturated with tragedy, it seems the spirits simply cannot leave. Finally, the most haunted plantation in America. The Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana, beautiful, but built on suffering. The most famous legend is Chloe, an enslaved woman punished and ultimately killed after poisoning the family. Her spirit, in a green turban, is seen to this day. At least 12 spirits are said to haunt the ground's murdered children, a piano that plays itself, and a mirror with handprints that can't be wiped away. William Winter, shot on the porch, is heard dying on the staircase, his footsteps stopping on the 17th step. The plantation's history is layered with injustice and violence, the pain palpable. Whether the legends are true or not, the suffering was real, and the house remains a chilling reminder of America's darkest chapters. Let's wrap up. After all these stories, I'm officially creeped out. These were real people, real tragedies. Proof that places can hold on to pain. Which house haunted you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me on this dark journey. If you want more deep dives into haunted history, hit like and subscribe. I'm off to turn on every light